Acción, tu revista mensual de cine y series, con los mejores estrenos de cine, fichas y reportajes coleccionables, series de televisión y 4 pósters todos los meses. Búscala en tu kiosco.
An honor to meet you, sir. I'm a huge fan of your films.
Let me come close.
Okay, and first of all, congratulations for the award. How does it feel to get an award from such a huge festival as this one?
Well, I have a double feeling. A good feeling. I start from the bad feeling. Bad feeling because I hate awards for my career. For only one reason, because you give an award or career to somebody who's about to die. From the other side, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy to be here. I've been many festivals around the world. I also was part of I got an Oscar for my actor in Hollywood for Al Pacino for the picture that won the Oscar for just for Al Pacino. Okay, and of course, I was very pleased and surprised that this festival is a high level. It's very well, it's a very good level, the level of any international good festival.
After so many years of career, what gives you want to make more films, to keep on working and doing another film, producing another film? What does it make you want to do more?
Because I want to do my good one. I'm not happy if any one of picture I produced in the past, and I'm sure that next one will be the best.
So that's the way to keep on going, to think that the best one is yet to come?
Because the best one will be a good one. So a picture that we pleased to have done. Because, of course, it is a result of many years of experience. So I'm sure it'll be the best. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to work in. I have more than 3 movies to go.
But your films in the past have been really beloved from the genre fans, from fantastic and horror fans. So, why do you feel that your films connected with the audience?
With the next one?
No, the previous ones.
No, well,
because there are films that are really loved from the fans. So, why do you feel that they connected so well with the audience in the past?
Well, I produced 54 movies. Okay. And they're not all horror. I produce also normal movies like Marcello Mastroianni, Scent of a Woman, love stories. Making horror was, I produced probably 14 or 16 horror movies, no more than that. And including these horror movies also Piranha, which is a sort of horror movie too. They include Tentáculos if you want, okay? And the typical horror kind of movies are 6, 7, no more than that.
I can tell you that when I was a child, I'm from the 80s, when I watched Tentáculos on TV, I had nightmares for a week.
Really?
Yes, really. I don't know why it gets me haunting, the tentacles coming out of the sea. It was something really, really scary for I must be like 7, 8 years old.
I didn't know you, but I did my best to really to horrorize you.
Yes, you did. Not only with that film, but how do you feel the way films are made have changed along these so many years, from the 70s to the 80s, 90s, now the 21st century? How do you feel the way films are made have changed?
Okay, from a technical point of view, of course, a lot. Because you have the digital today, and with the digital you are able to do a lot of things that you were not able to do it in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 80s, and stuff like this. Today is much easier and much more, you have more chance to improve your fantasy and to exploit your fantasy. From a narration point of view, of course, the language changed. The way we talk, the way we think has changed. It's a continuous evolution. Okay, so somehow they say the picture of my time, not my time. I don't say my time. I don't want to say my time. Okay, about the 70s, the 80s were more naive in a way, more simple. Today, the people are used to watch incredible movies in television, strong narration, and the life has changed. So if the storyline in the movies have to be close to what is our kind of life, in normal life, of course, things have changed a lot.
So the audience have changed, and we have to adapt what the audience are looking for, right?
Yeah, we also, correct. And also because you have to confront the young audience, and of course the young audience has a different kind of communication. They think differently. The language is different, very much different than before, and they're much faster.
And you have social media that they consume every day, and that change the language of everything.
A lot of communication. Okay, so of course, and there's nothing more that for which people are surprised. There is nothing that can surprise you. To tell you the truth, so what is left to make a good picture, a good narration, a good storyline, something that really moves you? When you come out of the movie, you say, hey, something stays in your mind. Beyond the language, beyond the style, and beyond everything that people are used to today, are used to see and watch. So the narration is still the most important element.
I have a teacher in film school that told me that the Greeks told every story in the theater 2,000 years ago, and now the only way to surprise the audience is to tell the same stories but a bit differently.
Yeah, I don't think that people, human beings are human beings, no matter if you are of this age, or the previous age, or the future age. They have the same kind of feelings. They are human beings. So the basic things are the same. What changes is the rhythm, is the style, the language, but the storyline is the same. From the Greek tragedies to today, the elements are the same. If you see, nothing has changed.
You just mentioned before that maybe the 70s and the 80s, the films were a little bit more naive, and now they are more complicated. Do you feel that that was easier to make that kind of films than to make the film right now?
Sorry, is that?
Do you feel that being more naive in the 70s and the 80s, do you feel that it was easier to make the film then than to make it now?
Well, if the people that are used to say stories in a naive way, of course, will find difficult to be today ready to please the audience for which they have made a movie. Okay, so I think that for those people it's much difficult. But I can see young people that their expression, their way of talking, their way of thinking is normal. So for those people, of course, it's normal. Maybe for somebody of my age, it's difficult because I have to, as much as possible, to confront the reality of today. I have to change my mind. I have to adapt my way of thinking, of talking, to the way the people talk and think. So in this case, it's quite. It could be difficult, but I like it. I'm ready to adapt myself.
Sometimes I had the feeling that in the 70s and part in the 80s, the 60s, here in Europe, we had a way to fight Hollywood, a way to make films that can compete with Hollywood. We do these huge films that were co-productions between Germany, Italy, Spain, France. We did westerns, horror films, we did thrillers, dramas, comedies, and that things was lost around the way, and now we are kind of alone against the huge machine that is Hollywood. How was that change in the industry? Because we had great films here that were huge success in the box office, and that's something.
You see, you have to watch what is the market. The market is for the English language. The market is for this kind of, let's say, communication. No matter if you're Italian, French, or Spanish, who is really ruling is the America. And probably next in the future will be China. Okay, but today it's still America, because this is the kind of style, the language that people have accepted, no matter all over the world. If you want to see something which is very Italian, or very German, or very French, you watch television. When you go to see a movie, you want to see a kind of American standard, and this is reality. I never fought Hollywood. It's stupid to fight Hollywood. You lose. So I try as much as possible to learn from Hollywood, to adapt myself to what Hollywood needs in their markets. I always made movies for the United States, for America, because it's the major market. And as an American movie, it becomes also international.
When you did that, you went farther than what American films did. When you did an horror film, it was Hollywood didn't dare to do what you did in that time, right? With films like Beyond the Door or even Tentáculos, Hollywood did Jaws, but Tentáculos was more, and The Exorcist, Beyond the Door was more.
Well, the fact that they especially Beyond the Door, Warner Brothers fought against me, it means that I won, because they were scared. Because I, as a European guy, dare to make an American movie with American elements, with American actors in San Francisco, with special effects that are close to the one they did. As a matter of fact, they had a fight against them because they was very worried about my sequel, against their sequel. My picture, in comparison to their picture, was a major success. I'm talking about The Exorcist and Beyond the Door, because The Exorcist cost something like $12 million, and it's gross, I think, over hundreds. My picture cost $300,000, and it grossed $40 million. So if you make the comparison, okay, me as an small independent Italian producer, European producer, they were scared. I won.
So you didn't fight Hollywood, but you won.
I did it for Hollywood. Yeah.
You just said before that you didn't want to fight Hollywood. That you but you won. Even without fighting, you won.
Yeah, I won. Basically, I didn't win as an Italian guy. I don't think that should be war between countries. And I won as a producer. That I did a picture that was as an entrepreneur, as a filmmaker. Okay, American accepts mostly American stuff.
So, last question. Is there any of your films that you feel closer to your heart? Maybe A Son of a Woman because of the Oscar, or maybe Beyond the Door because you won. Is there any of that you, or they are all like children, like your own children, and you love them equally?
As I told you, I don't love any one of them. Because it's not really, if you ask me which is the movie that I would have liked to do, it's not one of my movies. I tell you which one. It would be Zorba, Rosemary's Baby, to talk about John, was Somebody Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. These are my movies. And I would like to do one of those movies in the future. And next movie will be a good one. I know. But I know because I'm sure, because I know now. I always did my job with a lot of passion, seriously, intensively. I put all my energy in them. Okay. I'm not happy with any one of them because no one really correspond what I really wanted to do. Now I am enough old to know what I want and how to do it.
Thank you so much, sir. And again, congratulations for the award for such an amazing career. Thank you.
Thank you.
Acción, tu revista mensual de cine y series, con los mejores estrenos de cine, fichas y reportajes coleccionables, series de televisión y 4 pósters todos los meses. Búscala en tu kiosco.